What's up, everybody? We are campinggeartv.com coming at you for another episode. I'm Ben.
I'm Josh.
And we are actually looking at some more cooking products today. This is a product from Jetboil.
Jetboil, yeah, and it's the Jetboil Java personal cooking system. They call it the Jetboil Flash Java Kit, right? So the Jetboil Flash is the personal cooking system that Jetboil is known for, right? And this is pretty much the same as the regular Flash system, but it also comes with a coffee press, which is kind of nice. So some of the things about it: it weighs 14 ounces. You know, it costs about $100. It's easy to use, works really well. I've had it out and used it over the last couple weeks, and it's pretty good. So you know, let's start taking a look at it, and we'll go through some of the features of this thing, but also show you how it works. Some more of the features as we start taking this thing apart. This bottom thing serves not only as a cap but also as a measuring cup, which is kind of nice.
There's actually a lot of parts that are stuffed into this little compact guy, and it's very
yeah.
I remember taking it out for the first time. Dare I use the word futuristic? I mean,
futuristic.
Yeah, it really seemed like a lot of technology went into providing this, compact package that serves as not only your pot, but what you use to eat, and your fuel source we have in there and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff going in here.
There's no doubt about that.
Nope.
Up top, you've got the cap again up here, but which also serves as a sipping lid, or you can use it to just cool down stuff. Right? You can see the hole in it. So if we start taking the stuff out, you can see that now we're getting into what's the coffee press, right? So all this stuff packs in here really nicely, and let's get this coffee press together. These two little things screw together. This little guy goes in here, and then you've got your coffee press deal, right? And you just use it like a normal coffee press. Works pretty easily. So there's extra space in here for your fuel canister, which is really nice.
Jetboil makes their own fuel. This is called Jet Power. This does not actually come with the package, but you can buy one separately at
they cost $4 or $5 at REI or anywhere they sell Jetboil.
And it's actually really nice, and it makes the whole presentation go together really well.
It's really easy to use. A couple other things about this before we dive in. It's one of the neat things about it is this color change indicator, right? So that'll change colors and tell you when the water's hot. It's got this insulation component around the sides, like they like to call it a koozie. It's got this strap here to hold it better, so you're not going to be burning your hands and stuff. It's got this patented flux ring cooking system here, which helps cook faster, and it also helps to use less fuel. Right, so it's just a little more efficient, and it'll help your fuel last a little longer.
And we've already used this a couple times, and there's still tons of fuel left in here. I don't know how many meals you can get out of this, but it's
a good question.
It's going to be a fair share amount.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. There's a spider.
Oh my goodness.
Spider. Can you believe that?
Oh.
We're outdoors and there's a spider.
In the middle of our set.
Get him out of here.
Come on, buddy. Let's go.
So you can see this thing, the fuel canister just screws on to the bottom.
I think the spider's
But first
dead.
you have to flip out the control valve, right, to regulate the flow of fuel. You twist the canister on.
That's exciting.
It is exciting, right? You want to make sure it's, off like that. And then you're pretty much good to go. You basically just set this on there now, and it clips in. There's two little places. It snaps in like that, right? And let's pour some water in it.
Sure. Actually, I think we're going to go through the whole process here of cooking up some ramen noodles.
Yep.
So let's see how this goes.
Let's see how it goes. So the main three components of the Jetboil system is the fuel, right? Then you've got this cooking thingy, and then you've got the canister. So if we attach the fuel to the bottom of this guy here, which is basically the fuel regulator, and then the cooking element here, tighten that down. We'll keep that tight for now until we get this on. We want to clip this down onto here like that, so that's nice and tight now, right? And then basically right here, we're gonna start turning the fuel on. Once you can hear the fuel start coming, then you push the little igniter switch right there. and as you can see by looking down in there, it's going fast and furious. You can regulate it if you want to slow it down a little bit. You can turn it up real high if you want to really get it blasting. So there you pretty much have it, and it's gonna, you know, basically take a couple minutes to get boiling. It actually, the boil time for 16 ounces of water, which is about what we have in there, or half a liter, is about 2 minutes. So we'll sit here and wait for that to happen, and while we do, I can tell you about a couple of the other things. Jetboil also sells a pot support and stabilizer kit, so that if you don't want to use the Jetboil component here, if you just want to use their fuel regulation and the heating system with any pot or pan that you want, you can basically attach this to the top of it, which we can show you in a minute, and then you can use this as a stabilizer for the fuel element, which just kind of gives it a little extra support. And you can notice on the side that now that the water is boiling, that you got some orange here. So it's pretty nice to let you know when it's ready. And we're cooking the good old classic ramen noodle. Chicken. I prefer beef, but Ben picked these out, so as usual he made a terrible decision and picked chicken. Yeah, so the ramen noodles are pretty much about done. I'm going to turn off the heat, stop the boil on this bad boy, and I'm going to give it a few seconds to cool down before I start messing with it. But once I do, I'm going to put the cap back on it, and I'm going to drain out a lot of the liquid that I don't want. I don't like my ramen too soupy, if you know what I'm saying. Then I'll add my seasoning, and you know, once this thing cools down a little bit, I'll be eating some delicious ramen noodles. Chicken flavor, unfortunately. I prefer beef, but Ben made a bad decision. So thank you for watching. This has been another episode of Camping Gear TV. Be sure to go out and take a look at the Jetboil for yourself. It's a great product, and we'll see you next time.